Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Medium Kim, new channel. Thank you for joining me today, and also thank you for the new subscribers. I so appreciate it. I'm hoping to grow this community to a place where we can talk about spiritual things, be more open to spirit, learn ways to be open, learn ways that spirit communicates with us and that we can communicate with spirit, and also to learn about some things you can do for yourself for healing. Um, I love energy medicine, and I know it changed my life. Just little things about tapping and different stretches and things like that that will help balance your energies and make you feel better. All right, so today though, I want to talk a little bit about some hospice stories. On the weekends, I work two 12-hour shifts as an on-call hospice nurse. And during the week, I work as a medium, and I am in studies, and I have a mentor, and I'm doing my mediumship studies and work. And so anyway, over the weekend, I ran into three people that showed me different things about the dying process. And I thought I would just share this with you as a reminder about how much healing we can do here before we leave to make our transition easier. It just seems to me like the more healing we can do before we go, the easier it is at that last phase. All right. And you probably already know this, and you already know nobody dies alone. I mean, that's just, I hope you know this. I even know I have to be reminded because I don't always see the angels at every single visit I go to. It's oftentimes I do, but not every single time. That doesn't mean they're not there. It's just that maybe for some reason I'm not noticing it, or there's other things that are more important for me to notice. Okay. So for instance, a couple weeks ago, I was called out to somebody who was bleeding a lot. Well, I didn't have time to check out to see if there were angels in the room. I mean, there's certain times you can do it and certain times they're, easier and not so easy. So, but anyway, I was visiting a lady, 96. She was in a facility, has dementia. She has not had food or water 2 to 3 weeks. Very thin, as you can imagine how thin you would be, not eating or drinking for 2 to 3 weeks and already starting out thin. But she had a look of fear on her face. And part of it was, and her daughter and I talked about it, she said that her mom was afraid she was a bad Catholic because she stopped going to church. She had a stroke, so she couldn't go to church. And so then she felt like she was a bad Catholic. So there was that fear. She also grew up in fear because she was living in a small town in Texas. Her first language is German. And this was around World War II. So she had a lot of fear then as well. And, some other things happened that were very traumatic. So this fear was gripping her. She could not let go of the fear and what's going to happen to her on the other side. I felt so bad for her. So I did see some white angel lights around her, and I did feel her husband on the other side. I could feel that. And I could see that she was having conversations with, I'm not sure who it was, but I have a feeling it might've been her husband. But you could tell she was looking. When I say looking, she's looking at the ceiling. It looks to me like she's having a conversation. Her eyes are open and she's kind of like, trying to understand. Okay. That is so common that people have a conversation as they're nearing death. They are mediums. They become mediums, just like we all are, but we are at different degrees and different stages in our life. But as we transition, it's right there, right? Because our spirit's getting bigger, our body's getting smaller. Then the spirit world wants you to know they're there. They want you. They're trying to bring you in, right? They're trying to say, it's okay, come on over, right? So anyway, I could see that was happening with her, but she boy, oh boy, she wasn't convinced yet. Okay, so that was the first one I saw. Oh, by the way, the little angel lights that I see that are written, the most common way I see angels are just about, they're about an inch around, and they're more like white. I see them more on the walls, and I can see them if I step back, especially over somebody's bed, or even when I'm just talking to somebody in a room, or maybe even in my room. I see them like more in the corners and in the walls of the room, and that's where I see the lights. It's like light up. Okay, sometimes there's multiple, sometimes there's just one, and they're usually white for me. Every once in a while I see blue as well. I have seen gold, and those are just a little light, like the small lights, and then I've seen the really big, the big ones too. Okay, so that's one lady who was afraid, holding on, gripping on. So fear was keeping her in her body. All right, now patient number 2 was a 54-year-old beautiful man, has prostate cancer. He has a, I don't know, maybe 18, 19-year-old son. And he was just ready to go. He was letting go of everything. He knew he had done everything that he could do. He's made all forgiveness, all apologies, all the I love yous. He's done all that. His wife died many years ago when his kids were like 3 and 5 years old. So, you know, he's been aware of the spirit world since, you know, for a while. And with him now, this is a really big angel that I saw. So he's in bed, right? And the corner of his room to his left, not too far, maybe just a couple feet away from him, was one of the most, and I've seen big angels. This is one of the biggest angels I've ever seen. And I didn't know, I brought the color with me. It's kind of this color. And the way I see it is, it's kind of see-through. I don't know if you can kind of a little bit of a see-through thing, more see-through than this way that this looks, but it was about this color, pretty much almost exactly this color, but more see-through. And as taller, I felt like he or she would had to shrink to fit. The ceilings were already high. I don't know if they were 10 or 12 feet, but I know the angel had to shrink down to fit into the room. But it did take a big space, I would say about 4 or 5 feet around. And it went up to the ceiling, and I could actually feel like it had a wing, you know, just like a light outline of wings. Whether angels really have wings, I do not know, or maybe they're just a big ball of energy. I don't know, but it felt loving and caring. And I also felt like this was not going to leave him until he passed. I think he still has days. I don't know how many days. Okay. And he was having quite a lot of symptoms. Miraculously, not a lot of pain, but many other symptoms that is, you know, quite sad to see these things. And I'm sure that this angel now, and as I'm talking about it now, I am drawn to Mother Mary, because I wasn't sure, is this Archangel Michael? Is it Mother Mary? You know, because they both have blue. I think of Michael's a little darker, and also, you know, we with a sword. I didn't see a sword or anything like that. I'm kind of feeling it was Mother Mary. I don't have proof, but that's what it felt like. And also, he was quite attached to Mary as well. He had pictures throughout the house of Madonna, and I bet you there was like 6 or 7. So I'm pretty sure this was Mary, okay? But if you have any other ideas, if you're getting an intuitive hit about who it was, when you see that color, you know, I would love to hear, because I know that there's not just one blue angel, right? There's not just one blue being. So, but that was very beautiful to be with that angel. And I could also feel his family on the other side of the room too. All right, now person number 3 was a lady who has dementia. She's in bed, she's basically sleeping. But I saw the little white things around her. They were more on the sides of her. But now the family tells me, and this is something I see, and you guys may have heard of this, that she's reaching, hugging. So she's already seen, again, she's a medium already. You know, she's getting more mediumistic. She is seeing the spirit world. She's hugging them. And I know, and I saw this just a couple of weeks ago too, hugging and kissing the spirit people. And sometimes they reach, you know, and I have seen people when after they've passed, you can tell they're reaching. That's kind of how that's their last thing is reaching, and the hand will be kind of like down that they've just reached. So pretty amazing stuff. Okay. But the family knew that she was reaching, and that was comforting to them. They knew what she was doing. So, you know, people are becoming more awake even in the last couple years. I'm just seeing a huge shift in what people understand about the spirit world now. And it's I feel so blessed that I get to walk between the worlds, right? And have that experience with people. But I just want to, you know, point out that so love can keep us here, or fear can keep us here. Love keeps us here because we have the family that's on this side that's holding us and loving us, and we love them and we don't want to leave them. Right? They're between two loving worlds, this world and the other world that's loving. And so they have to finally, I think it's when they negotiate somehow with that spirit world. Okay, I guess it's time. Okay, I guess I can leave them. I guess they're going to be okay. I guess I'll go now. That's kind of what it feels like, right? I'm ready now. And it does sometimes take a lot of convincing. But then the other lady, the first lady, you know, how the fear was gripping her. So pain and anxiety keep you in your body. It's when that pain and anxiety is comfortable and relaxed, then you can make your transition easier. All right. And then the healing, of course, there's the emotional pain and the physical pain. Both of those keep you in your body. And it can be days or months even before we are actually making our transition that we sort of start withdrawing from the big things in the world, like politics or the newspaper, or you know, maybe friends you don't, maybe more acquaintances, you just kind of really want to go within, and you have to go within to process. Just like I hope that when all of us watching here have some time every day to go within, to process your world, to process yourself, see where you are in your spiritual self, your emotional and your physical self, so that you can be a better being of light and better connection to the divine, to bring the divine through to others. Okay, having that time to yourself, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, half a day, 3 days, make sure you have some of that time to yourself. I remember when I first started meditating, well, I was, gosh, when was this? I want to say around late 80s. And I happened to be going to a Methodist church. I don't go to church so much now, but anyway, I was going to a Methodist church, and the ministers gave us an assignment to meditate every morning. But I don't know, did he call it? Yeah, I guess he called it meditating. And, you know, like first thing in the morning, before you do anything else, just meditate. And that actually changed my life. It's like, wow, that shifted just 20 minutes. And like, whoa, that shifted everything. So I know the power of it. Now I haven't kept that same pattern. I've done different things and tried different ways, and sometimes I don't meditate till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I do know the benefit of first thing in the morning. But anytime, you know, whenever you can do it. All right. So I would like to give you guys a couple little extra little things today. One, I'd like to draw a card for you, and I'm this card from this spirit song. It has animals in it, and so I'm going to do that. And also now, as we're going to just tune into the card, I want you to just take a couple deep breaths with me. And we're going to just put on your mediumship and your psychic hat right now. Everybody, put on your hat. You've got the confidence. You're psychic. We're all psychic. All right. If you can just take maybe 3 deep breaths with me. 1, 2, and 3. Centering yourself. Now notice, I'm going to give you a little bit of a workout here. Okay, notice the chair, that blue chair back there, and that white pillow. And I have asked one of my spirit people to sit there. Actually, there's 2 of them sitting there. So just see if you can tune in for a moment and who is there. And just go with your first vision, your first knowing, your first hearing, your first feeling. Okay, I'm just going to let it go for right now, and then we'll come back to you and I'll tell you who's there in a minute, okay? Just for fun, right? And by the way, if you don't get it right, don't worry about it. I get things wrong all the time. And if I try too hard, I mess up even more. It's better just to kind of let it go and don't, and I just saw a blue angel right there. Don't try too hard. It makes it not work, okay? It stagnates the energy. So what I'm doing is I'm shuffling these cards. And one fell out, so I'm going to go with this one's. I'm not going to tell you what they are. This is card number 1. I'm going to give you guys the option of 3 cards, but this is card number 1. I can't move my thing down, but card number 2. All right, I'm just going to put it down. Card number 2. And I'm going to go with card number 3. They all look the same, right? So we have 1. That's 3. This is 2. Does one pick 1 or 2 or 3? I'm going to put them down. I'm going to read 1 first. I hope you felt like you had a connection to one of the numbers or something that I said when I was drawing the cards. The first one is it's the moon card, and it has an owl on it. Imagination and perception. Okay, you know what? The thing is, when you're trying to do spiritual work and perceiving spirit, it does take imagination. So whether you think it's your imagination, you're just going way out there, but you have to use your imagination to perceive. So I want you to take that. So maybe there's a message in that for you. And I also am noticing this owl. I know owls are nocturnal. So if you pick this card, I'm wondering if you're getting messages at night, or you're doing some dream work, or doing some writing or channeling at night, okay? That sounds pretty powerful. I'm getting chills when I say that. It's pretty powerful for you. So I hope that means something. I'd love to hear comments about that. Okay, card number 2. The King of Crystals, and it's a tiger. Courage and commitment. Okay, these light, these are kind of faded, aren't they? Darn it. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to do better videos with lighting and stuff. Okay, I still don't know how to edit, so it's just the whole video, and I don't, you have to get the whole thing or nothing. King of Crystals, courage and commitment. Okay, so what I see in this, he's got green eyes. I'm noticing the green eyes, and he's got a green pyramid in the background above his head. It's reminding me that you have a really good crown chakra and third eye, the third eye. And this person, the people who chose this card, I feel like your head and your heart are connected, and you can connect to spirit very easily. I hope that really resonates. I also feel like there might be the weight of the world may be a little heavy for your heart, especially right now for some reason. So I want you to feel like if your heart feels heavy, to please lift it up. Let it come up. Pull the energy up and up and up and up and out the head to the heavens, and let that weight go. Let the weight of the heart go. And opening up to healing from your angels and your loved ones. for all the heaviness that may be in your heart. Okay, now number 3, Page of Crystals. It's a fox. Ideas and discipline. Okay, Page of Crystals, fox. Okay, this fox has a plan. He's looking forward. He's got a plan. And I'm going to say that the people who pick this card have an idea and a plan, and they are going forward. And I want you to really go forward, because I feel like you have that initiative and drive to move forward. You've got the ideas. You're very smart. You've got the ideas. It's just going to take a little discipline. Okay? What could be holding you back? There could be a little something holding you back here. And it's funny that I'm getting the hold back is at the tail, but something behind you is holding you back, because this chalice is at the tail. All right. So letting go of the past so you can go forward. That's your message for today. You all, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you find something interesting and helpful for you. I want you to know you have a lot of power. You have divinity. You have wisdom, and you are all psychic, my friends. So I want to leave you with that. Please like and subscribe and share. I would so appreciate it. I would, and if you would like a personal reading, you can email me at kim@mediumkim.com. And I'm happy to see you again very soon. Bye-bye.